What up, YouTube Timmers here. Since I'm doing my reviews for past Stephen King film adaptations, here is my review for the 1976 horror classic, Carrie. I tell you, the 70s was a really cool year for horror. You know, that year we had the likes of the Texas Chainsaw, we had the well, not really because I wasn't born that year, but I mean, in the 70s they had, Texas Chainsaw, The Exorcist. They had loads of really iconic horror movies in the 70s. But one other little horror film came out in the 70s, and that was in 1976 with Carrie. Now, Carrie is one of the creepiest Stephen King tales ever. You have the sensitive teen named Carrie White, played by Sissy Spacek, who pretty much faces this taunting from her classmates at school, and she even has abuse from her mother, played by Piper Laurie, Piper Laurie, by the way, is so terrific in this. I mean, she of course portrays Margaret White, one of the most terrifying on-screen mothers there is. I mean, I'll probably say, maybe one of the coolest mothers would probably be Jason Voorhees' mother, but one of the most creepiest ones will always be Margaret White. I mean, Piper Laurie just is so terrifying at that role, I mean, Julianne Moore was good too, by the way, in the remake, but she was not as good as Piper Laurie was in the original. And so, of course, Carrie wants to pretty much, and top off, Carrie does have, because to suspect that she has supernatural powers. If you really look at it, this is technically a superhero film. If you really want to get, typical or anything like that, Carrie is a superhero movie. Yeah. I mean, not many people really do. I mean, obviously she doesn't do anything super. She does mostly evil stuff for her powers. But if you really look at it, this is technically like a superhero-based film. But anyway. Now, of course, Carrie wants to actually pretty much go to prom, and she ends up going to prom by this guy named Tom Ross, played by the greatest American hero himself, William Catt. And so, Carrie also tries, to let her guard down, but things ends up getting, let me just say, gets terribly wrong at the, at the prom, because... Of course, one of the scenes at the prom is, you had the mean girl, Norma Watson, played by PJ Soles, who and her boyfriend Billy Nolan, who, by the way, is played by young John Travolta. This movie actually got released before Grease got released, by the way. So, yeah, I mean, this was, I guess, I could be wrong, but I believe this was actually John Travolta's one of his first features, if I'm not mistaken. And so, of course, their biggest prank to Carrie is, dropping pig's blood on her. And, of course, that really ends up happening. And, the story, I mean, this Carrie should be a, Carrie, everybody always, tries to stop bullying and everything. But what really people need to start doing is start showing bullies Carrie. And show them that you gotta be careful who you bully, because that person could easily become a psychopath and just... Yeah. I mean, this is why, you should not be bullying people, alright, guys? You can, be bullying the wrong person. They could have supernatural powers and pretty much tear your lights out, But, anyway, Sissy Spacek, by the way, I mean, she was so good as Carrie. She played the role really well. She's so creepy as a character. I mean, Chloe Moretz did a good job, too. But I think Sissy Spacek is still the best. You also had Amy Irving, who I just saw in this movie called Confetti. She was pretty good in this film. Betty Buckley played the teacher, Miss Collins. She was terrific in this. You had some other supporting players here and there, but the performances by Sissy Spacek, by Piper Laurie, I'm trying to remember if they actually scored some Oscar nominations. I think Sissy Spacek should have gotten some Oscar love for this, because she was so good in this movie. The other performances were all good. I mean, if you guys have not really seen the original Carrie yet, you can probably... By the way, I'm actually rewatching the original Carrie in theaters this month, because AMC is doing this and Found event is actually re-releasing the original Carrie back on the big screen. So I'm sorry, I gotta rewatch this thing on the big screen. I didn't saw the remake in theaters, but the original, I definitely gotta check that one out on the big screen. But that's if you have not really seen Carrie, definitely one of the best Stephen King tales of all time. Creepy as heck. But definitely go give it a go. Anyway, let me ask you guys. Have you ever seen the 1976 horror film of Carrie? If so, what star were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simon signing off.